Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
The time in the evening at which the sun begins to fall below the horizon. Atmospheric phenomena accompanying the daily disappearance of the sun. Of a declining industry or technology. Sunset industries. Providing for termination. A program with a sunset provision. The daily event of the sun sinking below the horizon. The time in the evening at which the sun begins to fall below the horizon. Skilled through long experience. An old offender. Belonging to some prior time. Just preceding something else in time or order. My old house was larger. Very good. We had a grand old time. Of a very early stage in development. Of long duration, not new. Old tradition. Past times, especially in the phrase, in days of old. Used especially of persons, having lived for a relatively long time or attained a specific age. His mother is very old. Used for emphasis, very familiar. Good old boy. Persist for a specified period of time. The bad weather lasted for 3 days. The time at which life ends, continuing until dead. A struggle to the last. The item at the end. Last, I'll discuss family values. Not to be altered or undone. The arbiter will have the last say. Holding device shaped like a human foot that is used to fashion or repair shoes. The temporal end, the concluding time. Continue to live and avoid dying. How long can a person last without food and water? Occurring at or forming an end or termination. The last days of the dinosaurs. Conclusive in a process or progression. A last resort. Highest in extent or degree. To the last measure of human endurance. Lowest in rank or importance. Last prize. The final stage or concluding parts of an event or occurrence. I had to miss the last of the movie. A person's dying act, the final thing a person can do. He breathed his last. A unit of capacity for grain equal to 80 bushels. A unit of weight equal to 4,000 pounds. Coming after all others in time or space or degree or being the only one remaining. The last time I saw Paris. Immediately past. Last Thursday. Most unlikely or unsuitable. The last person we would have suspected. Occurring at the time of death. His last words. The last or lowest in an ordering or series. He was the last to leave. Clock time. Clock time. The hour is getting late. Distance measured by the time taken to cover it. We live an hour from the airport. A period of time equal to 1/24 of a day. The job will take more than an hour. A special and memorable period. It was their finest hour. A physical phenomenon associated with the atmosphere. An event that recurs at intervals. an event that recurs at intervals. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. He enjoyed the evening light across the lake. Old Testament. Adam's wife in Judeo-Christian mythology. The first woman and mother of the human race. God created Eve from Adam's rib and placed Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. The day before. He always arrives on the eve of her departure. The period immediately before something. On the eve of the French Revolution. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. He enjoyed the evening light across the lake. A later concluding time period. It was the evening of the Roman Empire. The early part of night, from dinner until bedtime, spent in a special way. An evening at the opera. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. To a greater degree or extent, used with comparisons. Looked sick and felt even worse. Of the score in a contest. Occurring at fixed intervals. The even rhythm of his breathing. Become even or more even. Even out the surface. Make even or more even. Symmetrically arranged. Even features. Make level or straight. The latter part of the day, the period of decreasing daylight from late afternoon until nightfall. He enjoyed the evening light across the lake. Equal in degree or extent or amount, or equally matched or balanced. Even amounts of butter and sugar. Being level or straight or regular and without variation as e.g. in shape or texture, or being in the same plane or at the same height as something else, i.e. even with. An even application of varnish. Divisible by 2.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.